Once upon a time, deep under the heavily polluted and used needle-infested sea, there lived a young lobster named Lenny. Now Lenny wasn't any ordinary lobster, he was different. As you may or may not know, lobsters are red. Lenny, however, was lime green. Some would say it was a bizarre mutation in his genetics. Others would blame it on the mountains of mocaine that Lenny's mother would snort regularly while pregnant with him. Whatever the cause, it had left quite the effect on the life of poor little Lenny. Because of his difference, Lenny had never been able to make any friends. Everyone would avoid him. Poor lonely Lenny would instead spend his time watching compilations of train engines starting up and slowly adding to his power tool collection. But Lenny was optimistic. He was about to join a new lobster academy, and he felt that this would finally be his opportunity to make some friends. Sadly for Lenny, this was not the case. Over the first few terms, Lenny had only been able to make friends with the pity of an extremely popular teacher, who the students referred to as Mr. Cunt. He'd also become well acquainted with the claws of proud narcissist and professional non-cyberbully Chad, who would take time off from his sexual conquest of the school to punt Lenny in his fragile kiwi fruit-coloured lobster balls.
Give me all your lunch money or I'll fucking kill you.
This would go on for some time, until one day, Lenny finally snapped. As time went on, Lenny's parents had begun to become increasingly worried about their son's strange new behaviour. He had redecorated his room with some posters of new bands he liked. His favourite new shows included obscure gothic anime and lively clips of people dying. What was even stranger was that Lenny had actually made some friends outside of school, thanks to the internet, though Lenny strictly referred to them as business associates. Lenny had Friday in his sights, as everyone in his geometry class, excluding himself, would be attending a lobster foam rave at Sally's house in the evening to celebrate their completion of a recent test they had all failed. Lenny packed his duffel bag and then headed off to party. Ding dong went the doorbell. "Oh, that must be the pizza man. I'll get it," said Sally as she stepped over her unconscious and potentially dead friend on the floor in front of her. Lenny yelled his favourite anime quote before clocking Sally with his AR-15 assault rifle and heading to the dance floor.
Oh shit.
A flurry of blood gushed out of Chad's schlong and landed on Lenny, pouring onto the floor below him. Time seemed to stand still for Lenny during the event, with him only being brought back to reality by the wet sensation of fresh ejaculate in his trousers. Then suddenly, Lenny's ecstasy was cut short by the sound of sirens. That bitch Sally had called the jellyfish cops. "Freeze! Step out of the building with your hands in the air," the officer screamed. "He's not responding," the officer continued. "Looks like we'll have to shoot at the house until he's confirmed dead, potentially killing all of the hostages in the process." "Sounds like a good idea," said another officer. And that, children, is why you should never be mean to someone just because they're lime green.